Welcome back to another episode of Life with the Geo Family. This time we shall present the Geo Family's Leeway style resonance. The previous episode, if you have tuned in, showcased the newest mansion that Rex Lapis themselves decided to build that was in a Monstadian style, but to preserve the style he is so well known to, this mansion is the oldest one that has been built. This one has been raised in a Lewen style because Rex Lapis himself has viewed the nation growing from its infancy. As one can see, we shall not annoy them with these series of documentaries. The family themselves have withdrawn in a area somewhat beyond the mansion itself to admire the future sunset because they're not too interested in these types of documentaries as well as appearing in face of in front of the people. What can be seen here is a little house and a pond. This area is still under construction in the realm that Rex Lapis ordered for himself along with Lady Ning Wang, and this place is still under construction. This is where they usually withdraw from the bustling crowds of the temple. Now, if one may wonder, the Monstadian style mansion has been built as a refuge and is going to be open for tourists as a tourist resort. Now, this one is gonna be as a temple in some cases. In case one does not understand from here, we shall get closer to see what things will be like. Now, this part away from the temple is usually reserved to the Geo family themselves, but the temple will be accessible to priests and all sorts of people, adepti and, well, people alike from Liyue, in order to spend time, enjoy a place away from the bustling crowds of humanity in case they don't feel um, drawn, let's say. The temple is still under construction, with materials being brought from Lex Lapis's land itself. The walls are still under construction, and the workers and everyone have been, sent away for the purpose of creating another clean episode. With the temple itself, it will have several houses for the priests and, other people. People who take care of papers, economists, contract makers, because Liyue, after all, we know is the land of contracts. The smithy will also be a place where, people will be able to create blacksmithing equipment. It will be extended in time. There's gonna be a tea maker's hut. This one's gonna be the Crafters Guild, where people will create shoes and all sorts of other consumables for people. This will be more like the Civilian Crafting Guild, where they will create shoes and all sorts of clothing. Usually kimonos take a long time to create, everyone knows that. And here will be the Grand Assembly of the priests. The fences are still under construction. These will be the Grand Assembly of the spiritual side of Liyue. People who believe in their own ideas, people who still have, tendencies towards the old adepti, because this is starting to fade slowly and surely. The insides of the temple are represented by the mansion itself, as well as a so-called outside region, which will be in time planted with a few minor trees, bamboo trees by the walls. And there is also the inner place, the inner sanctum as it is called. The inner sanctum has been designed with two chambers, and this will be the inner shrine's keeper's hut, where the people who have pledged their allegiance towards Lex Lapis and towards the Geo element, and taking care of the shrine, taking care of the cleanliness, because this place is also gonna be from time to time bustling with tourists. The area is still under construction, however, it still has some benches. Not too many visitors have dared to venture. Many say that Lady Ningguang and Rex Lapis themselves are intimidating enough. Some people are still interested in visiting the places and being away from the bustling crowds. And the Geo family agrees that when visitors are welcome, they will simply stay away just not to disturb the crowds. They have also promised that most of the um, finances gained from the visits will be aimed back towards the improvement of Liyue Harbor, an area that is dear to them and which they have signed to protect ever since. Entering the mansion, this is a more well-fitted mansion, as you have seen in a previous episode. The mansion in the Mondstadian style wasn't still fully equipped. Some of the elements, some of the furniture was still on its way from Mondstadt. Similar to the to that, there are the minor rooms. These ones are, more for relaxation, for the times when it's windy outside, when it's not nice to enjoy the sunset. And as usual, Lady Ningguang's style of using large furniture and, well, pieces of equipment to simply create as walls. And following her style, the first thing when one enters your mansion has to be that which you deal with the best. And that is technically books, literature, reading, contracts, as well as the desk where they shall be invited. For now, the mansion has a Mondstadian, uh, well, let's say customer, more like. Eula from the Knights of Favonius has been interested in doing some of the paperwork and is for a short while also in vacation within the mansion. This mansion is also equipped with the beds, which have been fitted with a warm fireplace. They have been fitted under the stairs, as well as, somewhat kept away from the bustling crowds, which usually won't be allowed to go in this particular area of intimacy. And compared to the other mansion, it is actually equipped with one wardrobe for each of the two beds. In the other mansion's case, one of the wardrobes wasn't yet shipped from Mondstadt. One can also note Lady Ningguang's passion for great plans. It is said that contrasting colors are also interesting because green is a color that draws the attention and makes one feel a bit easier, as well as yellow and brown keeping someone less focused on the furniture, because just as Eula has been presented and told if she is to welcome any visitors, she has been taught by Lady Ningguang to always sit in the center. As one may see, the psychology of the colors is to always present boring colors in the middle, because usually you want to wear brighter colors so that all the attention is automatically set upon you. As also the chair is blue because that color also attracts attention, and it's also the color of certain gemstones. Entering the so-called library, this is technically the library of this mansion, one can also note that Lady Lisa is also present here. Since each of the mansions will feature a huge library with another bit of furniture being added in the story above, Lady Lisa is well known for her tact when it comes to making sure that the books don't go missing. So she has also been called to take care of the library which is under construction. And Lady Ningguang and Rex Lapis themselves, one can see that they have invested greatly in books about sciences and finances, as well as usual literature of both Mondstadt as well as Liyue, and several pieces of novelty writings from other countries like Sumeru. Entering this room is a short kitchen. as well as a short intimate space for having a quick dinner. This mansion hasn't been equipped much yet with within the insides, within the confinements of the inside, to have places for the servitors and the people who work, because Lady Ningguang's really detests, just like Rex Lapis themselves, they both detest the word slaves, or they prefer calling people as free people or volunteers who help them support the mansions. Moving outside of these two rooms, of course the library and the other room, one's only choice is to simply venture above. The above hasn't yet been equipped with much. Here there will be a lot of library shelves, books, pieces of furniture that will simply fill the area. They have been ordered from Mondstadt, most of all, and part of the library of Lisa will be brought here, part of the books, and she will also take care of this part. This part will also be a tourist-free attraction. They will be able to freely move around and, well, order books, so long as they have a Liyue residence or they have proof of staying within Liyue. After all, Liyue is the country of contracts. Moving in the two rooms, these rooms above are rooms for visitors, and one already has two visitors. They have my alter ego, and there is also official the Prinzessin of Mondstadt. They have chosen to come into this place and take a rest from the bustling crowds, and, well, who wouldn't mind going away from humanity, at least for a rest, before heading back to their own experiments and to their own experiencing in life. Moving on to the other room, obviously this was a surprise for Lady Ningguang when Xinyan herself was actually invited, and, well, it was also a surprise for herself when she discovered that there's actually a huge stage for her. Obviously the guest will for now have to stay, well, to actually stand. There wasn't enough place and there wasn't enough time. This was the last room equipped, and, well, it was meant in a few days for Lady Ningguang's birthday, and Xinyan was called to house a great concert and sing for Lady Ningguang as well as Rex Lapis themselves. So hopefully you have enjoyed the tour. This place will be renovated. In a few days it will be filled with several pieces of bookcases. They have been confirmed to be in transportation carts around Wangshu Inn, and they will take around 1 or 2 days to arrive in Liyue, from where they will be shipped into the realm of Rex Lapis. And if you will tune in to the next episode, you will happen to see also the third mansion that the Geo family have ordered, another mansion that, similar to this one and the one presented in the previous episode, they will also have touristic purposes. All this being said, hopefully you've enjoyed this short passage into the realm of the Geo family themselves. Take care, have an awesome day, and stay tuned for the next episode.